What is up, everybody? This is your boy Gabe Trackgabe. We're going to go over the full card on Santa Anita, October 19th, Saturday. Let's get it started. Now, the first race, I see it as a two-horse race between the two favorites. Now, let me tell you a couple of reasons for liking these two favorites. These two horses absolutely dominate this race, in my opinion. I think they'll run 1-2 and probably be 3 or 4 lengths in front of the other horses. The 4 Accuracy is a horse I bet the first time out. I bet big. This horse lost to two horses who came back and won big races. One was One Magic Filly, who's won by 7 the race after, and then one beat Sweet Ass Tech at 1-9 2 weeks ago at Santa Anita. And then the other horse that Accuracy lost to was a Baffert horse who won by 8 lengths as well at Del Mar. So Accuracy has had some really, really tough company. Seismic Beauty, One Magic Filly, those are stakes horses that this horse lost to. But then you have Philippa, the number 3 horse with Baffert. This is a really nice horse who ran a 5 last time, a 5 thoroughgraph. So it's really hard to go between these two. I'm going to go against the 5. I think Baffert's playing games, putting Juan Hernandez on that horse. I think he's doing a head fake. So 3-4 in the first race, real easy. Second race. This is a pretty. There's 6 horses in this race, and I think 2, 3, or 5. Any of them can win. Take your pick. The 3 horse seems like an improving horse. That's a really, really nice horse coming into its own. This horse may be up for stakes races soon. He just broke its maiden in impressive fashion, impressive numbers, impressive time. The 3 is a good horse. The 2 is somebody that you have to contend with as well. So is the 5. I'm just going to go 2, 3, 5 on my bets in here and move forward. Race 3. I like the 1 horse Haywood. I really think the 1 horse Haywood has a big shot. It has the thoroughgraph numbers and times to compete with this field. The 2 horses from Saratoga, and these horses that have been coming from back east have not been performing well here. I don't know if they're not used to the track or the climate or so forth, but until they prove to me that they could come here and win, I might have to go against the 2. The 5's an interesting sort, coming from mile turf races, route turf to 5.5 sprint. I don't know. This is a horse. If he gets bet, I might get involved. But if not, then I'll probably go with just the 1 and the 3. Tequila Talkin is an obvious contender. Thiago Pereira, Steve Knapp, when those guys get together, it's magic. This horse's maiden race would beat this field. Ran in 2 stakes races, couldn't perform well, but now drops in class. Obvious contender. Let's move to race 4. I think the number 2 horse Renatus is an absolute single. I don't think we need to talk much else about this race, other than I think it was probably a nice cold 2-7 exacta. I hate to be chalky. I hate to be that. I just gave you a 6-1 shot in the race prior, so don't think I'm too much chalk. But I think this race is dominated by the 2 favorites. 2-7. The 2 horse should be a single. If you're going to do maybe a B ticket, use the 7. We're going to go to race 5. Very, very interesting race here. They got the 2 horse at 8-5, and I'm not really understanding that morning line. I think the 3 might be the favorite, maybe Zimba Warrior. Zimba Warrior has really good thoroughgraph numbers and seems to be a horse I think could move forward in this race. Vanzi is my long shot in here. I think if you're looking for a price, Vanzi 12-1. I doubt we get that as well. I think this morning line is a little off in this race by Jeff Siegel, but nonetheless, 2, 3, or 6 should be the winner. The number 1 Tayshawn is dropping down to its lowest level yet. I know this horse very well. This horse won the inaugural Live and Breathe Horse Racing Group race, which was in November of 2019. That's how long this horse has been running. It's a 7-year-old. Tayshawn is a plotter. Watch Tayshawn run 3rd in this race. That's what Tayshawn does. So I'm going to go with 2, 3, 6 in here. I really think the 3's top contender in here, Zimba Warrior, but I do like Vanzi as well. Definitely if we could get a decent price on Vanzi. Race 6, tough race, very tough race. I'm going 4 deep, and I'm not even that confident doing that. Excuse me. There's Caribbean King, who I think on the rail with Frizu has a shot. Quality Wins might be a professional maiden who likes to nibble, but that's another horse who's got the times and the speed figures to win this race. If he could get over that slump, he'll be tough. Even the number 4 horse, Legitimate Target with Victor Espinoza, if you go back to this horse's races 2 or 3 back, it's good enough to win. Then you got a first-time starter with the number 7. You got a horse like the number 8 who ran once and didn't run good but got bet. Then you got the 9 horse who's had trouble in his last couple of races, and it's got Umberto with Baltus. Then you got the number 10 who's an obvious contender, dropping from straight maiden to maiden claimer. And you have the 11 who's doing the same with sneaky good jockey Adrian Escobedo. I'm definitely going to have a bet on the number 11 here, Osage Creek, because I think the odds are going to be too good. A lot of people are going to dismiss Adrian Escobedo and think, oh, who is he? And he's a really good jockey. But this is a race where you might have to go 5 deep, 6 deep to feel confident about getting through the race. Race number 7. I don't like this race. I feel this race could have games. I do like my boy Adrian Escobedo on the number 2, Pebbles Be Awesome. If nothing improves, this horse wins. Now, in a race when you got proven horses that are slow and incompetent, sometimes you want to go to the first-time starter. The number 4, Dala, is that first-time starter that I might consider. It's getting a weight break with underrated jockey Serafin Carmona. This horse just might be able to beat this field that's not that good. The 7, Venice Vibe, is an obvious contender. Good workouts, Baltus. I'm thinking if the 7 gets bet really hard, maybe down to 4 to 5 even money, he'll probably be the winner. I'm sure the odds will tell you who's going to win this race and whatnot. It'll give you a big clue. So look at who's getting bet. Look at the paddock. We got 2 more races. Be sure to go on Live and Breathe Horse Racing Group on Facebook. We're going to have a $125 Breeders' Cup contest. Follow me on Twitter at Trackgabe. Don't forget, also listen to Hal Dolan's radio show. It's on 8:30 a.m., Angels Radio. It's 7:30 every Saturday. I'm one of the guests. We have a good time. We give out lots of winners, and there's always good guests. Always good. 30 minutes goes by quick. Feels like 10. That's Angels Radio, 8:30. 8th race. I don't like this race. I do not like this race. I'm going to go with a few prices in here. The 2, Mana Rose, is the obvious speed. This horse is going to go out to the lead and try to see how far she could take him, or he could take him. But, trying the turf, and, it proved that he could go a route last time, but I don't know. This is a big step up. Calbred running against pretty good horses. I think the 1 on the rail is going to save ground. Friese will give a good ride. Mark Glatt, obvious contender, 8-1. I think the 3, Flashiness at 10-1's got a shot too. Has the Thoroughgraph numbers to win this. Exalted. If Exalted could come back, he's working good. If he could go back to his old form, he'll be tough. It's not a race I like. Seal Team has the upside. If you're looking for upside, Seal Team's your horse. I don't love this race. I do not love this race. I have a feeling something weird's going to happen in that race. Race number 9. It's between 1, 2, 5, 6. I don't see anybody else winning this race. This is a race where let the odds tell you what to do. I do think the morning line on the 5's probably not that accurate. I think Princess Daddy will definitely be the favorite of the second choice, 4-1. That's probably the horse I'd bet if you put a gun to my head. But the 6 and the won. Paul Aguirre went in and claimed Don't Tell Tamo. And then he puts JJ on it. And then you got Musical Number, who's got a shot too with Dean Peterson for the Harris Farm. It's a tough race. You got to see who's getting bet. Got to see how the races are going. But nonetheless, it's kind of hard to predict who's going to get the lead in here and how the jockeys are going to, what strategy they're going to use. But nonetheless, I went through the 9-race card, and thank you very much for listening. And let's live and breathe horse racing. Okay, Breeders' Cup's coming up soon. We're going to have a lot of fun. Thanks again.